What is confidence? Welcome to Thank God It's a Story Saturday, weekly video series where I share stories with you that you can use to make your messages connect. Today's story is from Dare to Lead by Dr. Brene Brown, and in fact, one of my favorite stories. So this story goes back to when Dr. Brene Brown first started speaking to the corporate audience. So in the past, she had spoken at educational events, university seminars, health and behavioral talks, but corporate audience she was facing for the very first time. She says so. I went to Houston where I was giving this talk, and I was there with 20 other speakers. We were all going to get up on the stage for 20 minutes and give a 20-minute TED-style talk. And she says, when I heard the organizers speak to the audience, I went and pulled this big, large velvet curtain that separated the green room, which is where all the speakers were, from the auditorium. And when I looked, I was in shock, because they were all these men who looked like FBI agents in white shirts and dark suits. And she stepped away from the curtain and said, oh my God, they're all men, and they all look like some Secret Service agents or something of that sort. And there was another speaker who was like a young, friendly, a very energetic speaker who said, yeah, they're all C-level people, C-level like, CIOs, CTOs, CEOs. And she says that when I heard that, in my head, I thought, I'm never going to tell him what I'm thinking right now. And then my face lost color, and I sat on the chair, really looking distressed. So this guy knelt down and put his arm around me and said, you're okay, mate? And she says, I don't know whether it was his Australian accent or the fact that his name was Pete, but I opened up to him. I said to him, they did tell me that they're C-level people. But when I heard that, what I thought was, C-level, S-E-A, very down-to-earth, grounded, simple people. I didn't know C-level means all these CIOs and CTOs and CEOs. And of course, Pete laughed and said, you should use this. It's such a funny story. Now, what is the point of the story for people like you and me? The point of the story, when I first read this, was to really think that Dr. Brene Brown is a very accomplished author, thought leader, and whatnot. If she can be in a position of not knowing what is C-level, who are you and me? Therefore, when we don't know something, we should never think that that's an indication of our intellect or our ability. Not knowing something is absolutely fine. You can look it up. Your confidence is not about knowing everything. Your confidence is about being able to confidently say, I don't know. Stay storied. I'll see you here next Saturday with another story.